Hello and welcome. So, probably you're listening to me from the UK or from America, from Canada, whichever place you are in the West, or maybe from Africa. So, like as immigrants in the West, we work and we work to actually to enrich other people. So, I'm like, why do we need to work all our lives just to make someone else's business grow, just to make someone else's life better? I'm not saying that employment is bad, but I think that we need to have a plan in place where we have like an end game or an end goal where you back in the motherland you have your things that are going on. If it's a business that is going on, so we don't lay traps, that things that will make us trapped, that we can't even come out. You know, so of late I've been just thinking about if, for example, one of the traps that can it's being comfortable while abroad. Anything that is new, you want to buy. you know any new car, you want to change it every two years or every 3 years, you want to change your car. So this kind of things like make us very can be a trap. If, for example, you're spending let's say $500 or 500 pounds a month to 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 pay for a car that at the end of let's say 5 years or 3 years won't be yours, then I feel for myself, I feel like for that it's not a good choice. I'm not really, I'm actually throwing money away. So, like, people actually go to work and earn money, but then at the end of the month, they give it to someone else. Like, well, if we really need freedom, then I think uh, we need financial to be financially literate, because we go to school, but I say they tell us go to school, get a good job, buy a house, buy nice cars, but they never told us how to actually manage finances. So I would just like to say that having things so that you can please people actually won't help us in anything. Having a nice car that is costing you £700 or dollars, just so then people can see me or see you, won't help you if you're someone that wants to actually get freedom. You know, there's this book is called The Millionaire's Fast Lane. It talks about freedom. So it's not actually it talks about wealth. So it's not about actually about how much money that you have. Uh, it's actually about being having time uh, to spend with your family, being free, and not being like having to work. So then you can be able to. It's just talks about freedom and having family. So for me, I think wealth is being able to live a life. So then you don't have to really depend on I have to go get a job and like work is when I can get freedom. Well, I don't know if you get what I mean, but what I'm trying to advocate for in this channel is so that we can build businesses, be it maybe in the UK if you can. But for me, I think as a diasporan, I want to build something back in the motherland, build something that I can, that, because I don't want to live in the UK for all, like from forever, and maybe I don't know, like until I'm old, 65. I don't agree in get a job, buy a house. Like buying a house is something else, something different. I wouldn't advocate for anyone to. Well, for myself, if you want to build something back in the motherland, to buy a house, like a house, the initial cost of buying a house is not the full price of the house. You have to pay the interest fee. So I was calculating a house that costs £250,000 or dollars at an interest rate. I chose 4%. 4% may not be the interest rate. Maybe it's 5 or 7. I don't know. At a interest rate of 4% over I think it was 25 years, or I say 30 years, for example. So that house, that 250 that the initial advertisement for the house is £250,000, plus the interest, which is over 30 years, which is £300,000. And altogether, if you add this together, it becomes about 550,000. So you haven't actually added the the expenses that you've used to renovate the house. Let's say the boiler is broken. Let's say you need the painting. Well, some people can paint, but if you hire someone to paint for you, like this things that needs to be done in the house, you need to renovate the kitchen, like so many things. Like for me, if I'm renting, if I have a problem, I call my landlord. I say, "There's a problem with the kitchen." I don't need to worry about anything. I don't need to worry about insurance for the house. I don't need to worry about anything. That's why for me, I choose to rent. And the money, let's say for example, the interest rate within 30 years is that you will pay within 30 years on a $250,000 house or pounds is £300,000. Well, that money interest rate, I could use that money to invest in something. So I'm renting, but then the money that I was meant to pay interest rate on a mortgage, I'm using it to invest. Well, this is a very, very, it's not a nice topic. People don't like to say, people like to hear that a mortgage, buying a house is an investment. Well, everyone has their own choice. So I think we need to just do the maths, and so those are the kind of things that trap us. Buying a nice big house for status wants people to. We want people to see that we are living well while we are suffering. You have to make sure you go to work every month. You have to make sure that you are always on time with the payments, because if your credit score goes down, it means you cannot get the next new car. So you need to continue being. It's like being a slave, to the system. So I think as Africans that are living abroad, we have the opportunity, because we can actually go back to the motherland, buy land, or invest in things that maybe to invest in here it could be more expensive, like getting the deposit and all. Like starting a business, it might be a bit expensive. If maybe for some people it might not be. Uh, so we have the opportunity, like just live. If you cannot buy something in cash, then you can buy it. Cannot buy a £30,000 car in cash, then you can't afford it. So there's no point even trying to get like finance. The finance companies, they just like to give us things on finance, so then they can make more money, than if you had to buy in cash, because they know that people can afford it in cash. So they make us buy. They make us, excuse me. They make us buy it on finance, on credit, yeah, and then they make us buy on credit, so then they can uh, get more money from us. So I think we should just be wise with our money expense, how we spend our money, and use the cash to invest back in the motherland, because at this moment everyone is talking about going to Africa and living in the West. But I think if we use our emotions to live and go, and then we face circumstances that we don't like, then we come back and we say that Africa is bad and all. So we need to plan. I'm not just saying uh, we need to have a plan, maybe 5-year plan, 10-year plan. Well, if you're someone that maybe you're already at that point where you've reached the time that you planned for, then yes, you can adjust. I think you're at a better position than most people. So let's. I think we should just think and make wise decisions while plan our retirement back in the motherland. No one wants to work all their life, go to school, get a good job, work until you're 65. Maybe the government will take care of you after you retire. I don't want to give my freedom. Like, how much time are we going to give to make someone else's business grow? And then we just worked as a part of that company. And then at the end of the year, let's say 25 years or whichever, how long you worked for, you only have money saved in the bank. I don't like that. Like, we need to create something, you know, we need to create something for our generations and all. So thank you for watching this video. I wish you all the best in your investments in the motherland. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.